Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, SSB Shallot, and today we'll be talking about what if Deku was an immortal Saiyan Part 5. Alright, Part 5? Yes, yeah, okay, it is Part 5. Alright, so when we last left off, Deku became Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, or Evolution, you know which way you put it. Now, he was fighting his father, Shallot, who was in Ultra Instinct Omen. Deku was fighting a losing battle, guys. You know, we all know the power difference between those two forms. But don't forget, Ultra Instinct also takes a lot of stamina to use because it's autonomous movement, which means moving without thinking, right? So, of course, it's gonna take a lot of power. Deku is trying his hardest to fight against his father, but he's pretty much losing really hard. But we all know now he's gonna try to play the waiting game, the stamina game, to see how long his father's stamina lasts before he can get a good hit in. Now it's after like half an hour and Deku's really beat up, but he keeps healing, so he keeps getting a massive Zenkais. Shallot, I forgot to mention, but Shallot in his base form is 100 million, which means if he goes Super Saiyan, it's 4 billion. And if he goes to Super Saiyan 3, it's like 400 billion. I think. I don't know for sure. So Deku is trying his best to win this battle. He is nowhere near his dad right now. But Deku, then his dad starts fading in and out of Ultra Instinct. His hair is losing that silver aura, Shallot is losing the silver aura around him and is instead fading into his base form. Deku knows he is not gonna win this right now, but he's at least gonna try his best. So Deku hits his father and knocks him out of Ultra Instinct. Then Deku starts doing a flurry of punches until his dad is knocked out. Deku then starts beating up his dad, wailing on him. But, you know, it's all good right now, because Deku knows he's gonna win. There's no way around it, guys. So, Deku beat his father and then his dad, knowing that he was gonna lose, tried to do a huge suicide attack. Remember that attack that Vegeta did against Majin Buu? Yeah, that one. But Deku just knocks him out before he can do that because he knows he cannot take down his dad if he does that. So Deku beat his dad, and he gives his dad a partial senzu bean. Basically, I say partial because his dad found out a way to create something just like a senzu bean, but not nearly as powerful as the other one. It heals your injuries. It can only heal minor injuries, and not if you have like a big hole in your stomach. It cannot heal that. So Deku using his immortality, he already has all his power left, and he also got a massive Zenkai from this. Deku gives his dad 3 of those partial senzu beans, and then his dad wakes up, he has all his stamina back, and he's healed. So now it's the end. Now Deku tells him that I saw Iida's face, and he looked like he was about to murder somebody. And Shallot's asking why, because Stain basically hurt his brother, and Iida would want to take revenge, breaking the hero code. So Shallot says, okay, where is he being located at? So Deku says at Hosu City. That's where his internship is. So they use instant transmission and they reach there. Deku sees all around him the carnage. There's Nomus attacking everywhere, and Deku and his Shallot immediately go Actually, Deku's already in Super Saiyan. What am I saying? Shallot goes Super Saiyan, and both of them start taking down all the Nomus around them, like pretty much killing them all. So Deku starts beating up and beating, you know, and Shallot's doing the same. So basically, this is what's happening around these parts, pretty much. And After this, I'm gonna do some math and see what 100,000,000 times 100 is for Super Saiyan 3, and I'm just gonna try it out. I'm gonna kind of correct my part. So Deku then senses Iida's ki waning, so he uses instant transmission and tells his dad to come, and if he's in danger, he can always send a message to him. So Deku goes all the way over to where Iida is. Oh wow, okay. So Deku sees Iida and he's about to die from stain. So Deku rushes up and takes the cut into his arm. It cuts through his skin and it impales his arm. Then Stain jumps away, Deku takes it out and immediately heals because he's immortal, he can't die. So this sounds more like a regeneration current, guys, but remember I said that he broke his neck a lot and he almost died. So Stain did what he did, tried. He kept slashing Deku, but Deku kept healing, getting mini Zenkais each time. And sees that, so Stain goes for a killer move, he cuts off Deku's head. Now it looks like Deku's dead, but no, he's not. He picks up his head, puts it back on his neck, and it re-heals. Actually, no, let's not do that, guys. That'll be kind of people are gonna call it an exorcist. He's basically, his head is he's gonna reform a new head with all his memories and everything. He's not gonna lose any memories, you know, like not do a restart, reboot system, like your regular Magic High School did with their guy. So Deku just turned Super Saiyan Blue, and then he just flicks Stain, basically knocking him out and making sure he has to stay in the hospital. So Deku had just beat Stain, you know, Iida is like, thanks a lot, Deku, but it was my fight. And Deku's like, dude, you look like you were about to die and you said it's your fight. I don't know what you're thinking about, but don't think about yourself as being powerful, because you're weak as hell. Iida got kind of a bit mad about this, but he understood why Deku said this. And he says, well, why'd you come in? Well, Deku said that, you know, I tried to be like a moral hero and try to save others instead of taking revenge like you did. And Iida, that's not a good thing. So if you ever want to repay me with what you just did, you need to promise me that you will become a model hero. And Deku promises that. Iida promises. So Deku, you know, Deku told Iida that, okay then, he used instant transmission to bring Iida and Native back to his dad. The whole crisis was taken care of. Shigaraki, like I said, he has no neck. He is getting really mad. Stain was took down. They took down Stain. They took down all the Nomus. What are they gonna do next? Huh? Take down him? Well, guys, there's more truth in those words than you think. So Deku then senses Shigaraki's evil ki, and Deku immediately goes after Shigaraki. He instant transmissions with his dad, and they're both in front of Kurogiri and Shigaraki. And Shigaraki is scared as hell. Like, wouldn't you be scared if the #1 hero and his son came right in front of your face? So Deku and Shallot, they went up to Shigaraki and they're like, alright, confess to us right now. Were you the one behind this? Shigaraki's like, yeah. So what are you gonna do? And, you know, Shallot's gonna be like, you know, I'm the guy who took down your dad, right? I took down All For One, right? And Shigaraki's like, what? How do you know that name? Well, you see, I am All Might's friend, and he told me his secret. I already know about All Might. I know everything about him. So don't think I don't know about All For One or you, Tomura Shigaraki. How do you know my name? It was common knowledge. Everybody knows your name. All the heroes know your name. They're like looking for you across everywhere. They're doing it secretly. But just know you should be watching your back right now. Because there's no guarantee that you'll be alive the next time we meet. Deku and Shallot just left, and Shigaraki quite peed in his pants. He was so scared, and he left with Kurogiri. Then, they came back. The internships were all over. Iida apologized. The police never got involved because, it was Shallot Deku didn't really do anything against, Stain. Oh, that's bullshit. Okay, so Deku beat up. Okay, the Deku and his dad started training more. They kept studying because Shallot wants a smart Saiyan, not a dumb Saiyan. Like he wants battle smarts and study smarts. So Deku, he is right now one of the most smartest people on Earth. If you wanted him to, he could build a computer out of scrap metal. Deku then said, "Alright, I'll see you later, Dad." "What do you mean, see you later?" "Guess who's the new teacher of UA?" Deku's like, "Who?" "Stop playing, it's me. Shallot, your dad." "Oh, that's a new teacher. Oh, okay. I thought it'd be someone a bit stronger." And then, Shallot's like, "Oh, you..." Okay, then they just start fighting over and over again, And then, that's basically what happens. They come back, they do that little test after the internships. Deku uses instant transmission and automatically reaches All Might. Done. Now it's the teachers versus students exam. Now every other team that won. Every other team that lost. Now it's Deku and Bakugo versus All Might. Now, Shallot took aside Deku and told him that he needs to use only 5% of his power because he does not want him to kill the number 2 hero. So Deku said he'd only use 5%, he promises. So Deku used mental concentration and went back into his base form with only black hair, not yellow where he was born as Super Saiyan. He still has the ability, but like I said, it takes mental concentration. Deku then started helping Bakugo beat up All Might, and Deku was using 1% of his power to see how strong All Might was. And Deku still knew that he was stronger than All Might even at 0.5%. So Deku had 1% of his power and he was like beating up All Might like crazy. So Deku said, "Come on, All Might, use your strongest move." So All Might used a Detroit Smash and went plus Ultra. You know what All Might did against... Also, don't forget, All Might did not lose any of his powers yet, and he gave his quirk to Mirio. Because All Might did not have to face the Nomu or the Sludge villain. Because Deku was there. And he didn't... Also, All Might's still in his prime. Yeah, I forgot to mention that, but because Shallot was there and he took down All For One with Prime All Might, which means that he's not in his gray Wizen form and he does not have a hole in his stomach. He still has his pupils and his eyes. So Deku then started, I don't know how you say it. He started, All Might went plus Ultra on Deku and hit him with 300 punches. Deku got a gigantic Zenkai. From his base form, from being 4 million, it became 5 million. So Deku went and started, actually, it used to be 5 million because of the Zenkai against his dad, but now it's 6 million, which means Deku is overpowered as hell now, guys. So Deku is gonna be fighting with everything he's got. Deku, he got he has 6 million. He just went Super Saiyan automatically. He wasn't even thinking about it. He went Super Saiyan and punched All Might so hard that it almost broke his skull. Because Deku was only using 10%, but he accidentally used 20. He almost broke All Might's skull. So his whole face, So Deku took out of his pocket a partial Senzu Bean and gave that to All Might. And then All Might's like, "Wow, this is a miracle. How am I still there?" Well, Deku's like, "Well, I gave you something called a partial Senzu Bean, which basically gives you back half your stamina, restores fatal injuries, but not any like gigantic holes in your stomach or like a big gaping hole in your body, and it also gives you all the nutrients you need for the day." Which means you can have like 2 to 3 of these a day and you'd be all set. And Deku's like, "Who made this?" "Well, it was my dad. My dad made this technology." Wow. Shallot's been getting smarter every day. Well, he always said that he wanted to be a smart hero, not a dumb hero. He wanted battle smarts, street smarts, and school smarts. So Deku, uh, you know, he had a nice chat with All Might after that, and now we're gonna be going to the summer training camp. From what we can gather right now, the summer training camp is, gonna be kind of easy for Deku. So they reach there. The Wild Ball Pussycats say, "Okay, guys, you're all going to have to go to the other side, and if you don't, you get no lunch." Also, Deku eats a lot. I forgot to mention that, but because he's a Saiyan, he eats a lot of food and uses a lot of energy too. But because he had the partial Senzu beans, he didn't need to eat as much as he would be if he had fought like a regular Saiyan. So Deku beat actually he used instant transmission, and then he went away and he started he created a massive spread for himself, enough to feed 25 people. That's how much food he was eating. And then when the heroes came in, they were like really surprised. "How'd you get here so fast?" "Well, I can actually teleport." So I teleported here, took a shower, I made food and ate it. Because I never thought that wouldn't be allowed. But if you want, I can also give you some. And they're asking, "How much food did you eat?" It looks like there was a feast here. Well, Deku said that he's different from the normal person in that he eats more food than regular people. He ate food worth for 25 people. They're all super surprised, but they can hardly understand why, because of how powerful Deku is. He must be using a lot of energy. So Deku went and he started, he gave food to the other teachers. And he, what is that called? Man, what did he do? Actually, everybody came back. He made a gigantic meal with the teachers as well. And then he served it Class 1A. Him and Uraraka had a big hug and everything, because they were together. I forgot, yeah. I just want you guys to know, because I feel like you guys might have forgotten. But they're actually together. And so Deku, he kind of flirts a bit with Uraraka, playboy style. So Deku and Uraraka, they hold their hands while they're eating, under the table. And then Deku says, "Hey Bakugo, you with anyone yet?" Bakugo's like, "Nah, man, I'm still alone." "Really? I know somebody who'd be good for you." "Who?" "Nobody, because nobody's good for you. Because you're not good enough for anybody." And Bakugo's like, "Are you hitting on me?" And it was like, No, I wanted to roast you, but I thought we were friends, so might as well not. So yeah, it's just some, friendly banter. With, the two flicks in the air, the bunny ears, yeah. So guys, this is where we're gonna leave it off. Next time in part 6, we're gonna talk about what happens after that, and Vanguard Action Squad. This is SSB Shallot.